Okay, the Hipsavvy movement is what I plan. That's my plan, is a Hipsavvy movement. But it started with the Hipsavvy project that I dropped in July, and I want to be able to make it a movement and get artists involved. That's originally the vision that God gave me, but I didn't know how to interpret it, so I just made a project about it just to see how people would react. But a movement, yeah, I want to do a movement. Hipsavvy, well, when God gave it to me, it was actually like, I was having a conversation with a rapper, secular or whatever, and we were just talking about music, and then he started bringing up God, and he was asking me about Babylon, and then I just like froze, like my mind was just like boom, like blacked out. And then I just felt like God told me, like, when hip-hop meets knowledge, of course knowledge of God and like wisdom of God. So that's why I was like, oh, that would be dope, like Hipsavvy, like hip-hop and like Hipsavvy. And also you can be like hip and smart, you feel me? So just like stuff like that, trying to take that, because I thought it was a pretty cool name. And I want to start a movement. Originally I wanted to start a collective with some artists, but I don't know where it's gonna go from here. Originally, I was talking to my homies like Jay Gibbons, John Gibbs, Rozelle, some other dope, like low-key artists. Well, I mean, Jay Gibbons and John really aren't low-key anymore, but just like at the time that we were all low-key artists, so just kind of building a platform for each other and trying to do something dope. So I think that's originally where it came from. Man, it's been dope. Surprisingly, I didn't think it was gonna be like, I didn't think people were gonna feel it. I was kind of nervous about it, but people are reacting well to it, and the whole production scene of stuff was dope, because I didn't think it was gonna be that open, and just a lot of people are showing love for the new sound. They're enjoying it more, because to me it was a more personal and better, to me personally, a better project than Murder My Flesh. But you know, everyone has different picks and stuff. Because I thought it was, to me, I thought it was better than Murder My Flesh. I thought Hipsavvy was better because it was me, more me, like the sound that I was trying to pursue and like producing it and everything I wrote was better to me. It was because it was more personal than what Murder My Flesh was. Murder My Flesh was kind of like, people were like, you know, different producers like, yo, you should do this and you should do this, you gotta make a record like this, and I was just like, okay, like, let's do it. But then later on in the long run, I'm like, yo, like, this ain't me, you feel me? And I think I learned it later on, because I feel like every artist's first album, they're still trying to like find themselves and find their sound and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I look at Murder My Flesh. I was just me trying to find myself, and Hipsavvy is like, I'm still trying to find myself, but I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at right now. That's exactly what it is. I told the label that I wanted to do something before I dropped an album, because I didn't want to go straight into an album from an album. So I was gonna sell this EP that dropped, but I'm like, nah, you know what, like, I haven't dropped nothing for free, and you know, sometimes that's what you need something for free to push, and that people are gonna open their ears and like want to listen to. So it is a prelude to an album, though. That's why it's called like Hipsavvy, the introduction. But I want to do another project for like continuing that. So but that'll be the album. So you guys will see that probably maybe 2015. I don't know. Actually, I'm talking to a couple different people, but I can't really say it in the interviews or nothing. But yeah, like, I'm talking to, it's gonna be mainly me producing it, but I'm gonna have a lot of dope producers involved with it. So it's gonna be like a overload of like Hipsavvy overload times 50 billion, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it feels good to finally be legal. I mean, but I mean, being 18 and looking past, like, I've been doing music since I was like 6 years old and rapping since I was like 10. So like, I think it's dope that I'm where I'm at with like the label, and just kind of where God placed me, still trying to fit in. I still feel like I'm the underdog no matter how old I get. I still feel like I'm like definitely the underdog. But that's cool though, because it makes me work harder, and it makes me, you know, want to do me and my sound sonically. So I think being 18 is just allowing me to see my growth and to be like, yo, you're old now and you're getting there and you have a lot of years to go, but at the same time you have a lot of freedom to do what you want now, because it's not like, oh, he's 12, he can't rap about that, you know, like. So I think that's why I'm pretty happy with my age. Actually, every time, this is weird, every time I go to Legacy I get a Triple E comparison, but actually it stopped for like a good year. Like, I don't know, maybe the hair like changed it, I don't know, but it stopped. And then I came to Legacy this year and it came up again. Oh, hey, you're the guy that looks like... Someone said I look like Triple E mixed with someone else. I don't know the other guy's name, but I was just like... I don't know. What? How? I look like KIDD, Aaron. That's who I look like. That's what my mom made me. And that's the complexion of my face what my mother has and my father has. Triple E's not, like, related to me, so I don't see how we could look alike. He's, like, different nationality. You feel me? Different skin tone. Oh, they were saying the looks. They were saying everything. The voice, the looks. I sounded like him. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, shout out to Triple E. 116. Hipsavvy, West Coast. Infiltrate Music, Rapzilla.com.
Rapzilla.com